Hey, welcome to episode 110 of We Made It Podcast. Episode 110.
Same days.
Oh, look at this guy. He literally looked it up right now. Looked up the phonetic spelling of that.
Yeah, so upside down, never mind.
Episode 110, We Made It Podcast. Caesar trying to make sure I'm not in the camera. We will be recording this for YouTube. I mean, the videos are boring. I'd rather you subscribe on whatever Apple Podcasts or Spotify. You can give us a follow. What else? Google Joint.
iHeartRadio,
Stitcher. Where else do people listen to podcasts?
Podcast Addict. Any kind of, basically all the podcasts we're on them. And if we're not on your podcast platform, yours is ghetto.
Or let us know so we can get on there.
Yeah, that too. Not to diss it, I guess we could help you.
And then also, we do record video, and they are on YouTube. WeMadeAPodcast.com. At We Made a Podcast on all social media. We are very active on Twitter. We're active on, Instagram. We're not that active on Instagram, but we would be if Caesar was more into this show. We gotta talk to
our social media director, Tark.
Right. Caesar, you can check out Caesar, though. Caesar was recently on a podcast called Fistic Arts Podcast with the homie Jeff Wall, who also does Tiki Talka podcast.
We talked about UFC 238 that just happened this weekend.
You really excited? Keep going, because you.
I think I was wrong on a lot of my predictions, which is funny.
Well, that's okay. Predictions are lame anyway.
Yeah, I know, but it was fun.
But Caesar and Jeff over there breaking down the MMA talk, talking about Stephen A. Smith and some other things. That's Jeff of Tiki Talka podcast. Check them out on all podcast apps. It's 100 degrees out here in Southern California right now. It's real hot, June 10th. But it's very exciting because we also have the Women's World Cup has started. The group stage, my favorite. Caesar, keep it real. Have you watched any games yet?
Today's my first game.
Well, we didn't even really watch that game.
That's me watching. I haven't really watched the game yet. I'll be honest with you.
Okay. I mean, yeah, don't lie. I mean, I haven't watched a whole game yet. I've watched like some games.
There hasn't been a matchup that was like, oh, I want to see it right now.
Yeah, I want to watch USA.
Yeah, like my teams are like, I like watching USA, I like watching Canada, I like watching Japan. Those are my three teams.
Well, Japan tied Argentina today.
And this was Argentina's debut, right?
Yeah, it's still the first match day. And USA's playing who? Thailand tomorrow?
Yeah, they're playing Thailand.
Yeah, that's kind of rough.
But they got some kickboxers out there going hard. Muay Thai.
Okay. Caesar, not yet, dog. Not yet.
Okay.
But yeah, that sounds like it's gonna be kind of rough. But who are you going for? We're going to talk about the Women's World Cup, even though we haven't watched any games. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. Caesar, who are you going for in the Women's World Cup?
Brazil.
You going for Brazil?
Yeah, absolutely. We had my favorite player on Brazil's team, Christine. She scored a hat trick the other day.
Yeah, Cristiano or whatever was her name.
Cristiani.
Yeah, relax. Look at this guy over here. Did you look that up too?
No, I didn't. Her and Marta.
Dang, I was gonna do it. She's injured right now.
She is.
But yeah, they beat who? Jamaica. So damn, you're going to Brazil over Jamaica?
Absolutely. I've never even been to Jamaica in my life. Why would I care about them?
Dang, I mean, damn, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Brazil,
they got one dark-skinned chick on Brazil, I think, or maybe a couple. But I see one.
First of all, they definitely have Fumiga, so don't.
There's some dark-skinned center back. I was like, okay.
They got Fumiga, who I think she's 42.
I don't know. You don't know.
She's been playing since like a long time now.
Okay,
she's the oldest player in the World Cup.
So that's who you're going for. Who do you got second?
Japan.
So you're not going to go for USA or Canada?
Nah, not third. I'll go for them.
Who?
USA and Canada are really good. That's boring to me.
All right.
I don't have a problem with USA. I don't have a problem with them winning. Never forget, we watched that last World Cup final. We watched it. We were going hard.
Do you remember where we watched it?
Yes, we watched it in Santa Ana.
Where?
At some random bar.
It was a cafe.
It was a cafe. It was a hipster one though.
Very.
And we were doing the chant. You were doing the chant too. We were going hard in there.
I
had the video. You were like literally doing chants.
Okay, I don't remember that. I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were like, I believe that we will win. You're doing that.
Shut up! I was.
Yeah, you were.
I do not remember that. Hold on.
You were selling out heavy. Wearing this serious shirt here though, but he's over there doing. I believe that we will win.
I definitely did not have.
I recorded it. You didn't wear the shirt there, but you're wearing this serious shirt.
I do not have the shirt in 2015,
yeah.
dog.
Oh, so you just recently started cheering for Syria.
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm here to expose you. I came back from Fistic Arts podcast, and I was like, I'm trying to get the sauce here.
You trying to sell me out heavy. There's a lot of stuff going on, though, with the Women's World Cup. Obviously, we have the first Women's Ballon d'Or winner, Ada Hegerberg of Lyon. Super baller. I think she has like 150 goals and 109 appearances for Lyon, something crazy like that.
That's average.
Yeah, that's FIFA
Fabian
numbers.
Castillo numbers.
Huh?
Fabian Castillo numbers. Remember we used to be like, oh, it's really good. He got 22 appearances, 3 goals.
I don't get what you're doing right now. You're being sarcastic? I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm just making a joke. She's baller.
Okay.
It's incredible.
Okay, stop trying to downplay her achievements.
Oh my God. I feel I'm getting gaslighted heavy.
Okay, well, I'm coming back after your whole we will win chant thing.
Yeah, let me get my Google Drive out.
Please do. For other reasons. Okay, anyway. Ada Hegerberg is not playing. She announced that she would not be playing in this World Cup.
Why?
You weren't aware of this?
No.
We talked about it before. Let's do
You can bring it up again. Is this was she protesting or something?
Yeah, the one from Norway.
Oh yeah.
She's 23 years old. That's kind of crazy.
Oh, I didn't know that I didn't know that like it was. This was a while back we talked about this.
Yeah.
Protest, right. So I didn't know that like it was. I thought it was like resolved or something.
No, she said she wasn't going to play in the World Cup.
Dang, she would play no games.
Yeah, she's thugging.
What a goon. I kind of really like fuck with her right now. She's cool.
Yeah, so she said that she was going to not play because of not just necessarily money, because as we did report on We Made It podcast, Norway was the first FA to pay the men and women equally. But she was saying that there were different things as far as like how the federation was treating the women and like the playing standards. She also was saying something about like being at practice and like being with their teammates, like kind of like I think this is what she said. It's constantly said that we should be pushing our potential, but it's not happening in practice. She kind of criticized her teammates, I guess.
Jesus.
She said that there are federations, there are clubs, there are men in high positions who have that responsibility to put the women in the right place, and that's where I feel and I know we have a long way to go. Speaking of the Norwegian FA, she said that she was trying to make an impact in Norway for a lot of years, but she saw that in that system, in that federation, it didn't fit me at all. She said it was a place where she didn't feel like she had a voice. And I feel like maybe she's just kind of like, she's a superstar and she wants the level of the Norwegian FA to be raised and they're not willing to do it for whatever reason. I don't know. But she did receive some criticism from one of Caesar's favorite players, Martin Odegaard, who was 20 years old, and he came out criticizing
Caesar?
Yeah, one of your favorite players. Caesar used to ride him kind of hard, though, on the low.
I didn't ride him hard. I thought he was good.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not the same thing.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. No one ever see his stance against a female athlete. That's not my guy right there.
I mean, it's kind of weird because he's only 20 years old, but he said the women's team deserves better. He said that maybe you could find something. This is him referring to Ada Hegerberg, saying that maybe you could find something better to do than to disturb the preparations of the national team for the World Cup. They have qualified on behalf of our country, one of the most important things that a soccer player can experience, and they have already received enough negative pressure. It's not the time that the team deserves something better, in reference to her.
What do you think of that?
And this is someone who's won 4 Champions Leagues in a row, and she is
Lyon.
With Lyon, women's team, and she is the first women's Ballon d'Or winner. History making. I don't know. I mean, maybe he's kind of saying it because that's what other people are saying in Norway, and
I also like to say that when it comes to these things, we also got to understand people have different cultures and different backgrounds. Maybe like the culture in Norway is like not this type of behavior. You know what I mean? Like that. Like it could be a culture where like things are handled differently. In terms of like like maybe it's not done in the media or done while something's in preparation. That aspect, if that's what he's doing, I kind of understand. I'm like, hey, like I understand you have a stance here. I respect your stance, but at the same time, like dragging like the FA like while the people on that team, because when you do that, those interviews in media are going to go onto the players and ask him about it. It might be a distraction. He's probably saying.
So you're talking about her
talking about like the Norway FA. Like,
so you kind of disagree with how she's handling things? Keep it real.
No, I don't know, but necessarily. Look, it's always tough to like when someone's taking a stance and like let's say they're freedom fighting or they're an activist. It's always hard to like criticize because I never think it's hard to say like what's the perfect way to be like to stand up for something. There's no perfect way, there's no clean way. Like things are gonna get messy.
Yeah, for sure.
But I always like to say that I think there's a varying degree on like how like if things have to get messy, it depends on the level of like how much of a problem it is. Like if what's going on behind the scenes is more serious, like highly serious, then do whatever you got to do to make your voice be heard. But if you just have an issue with like the organization that you're playing for giving you more stature, more higher accolades, or more like I guess visibility, then I think that's a little bit hard to like be able to put yourself in front of like the team aspect, because I know she's really important. She's huge. She's the first one ever. But if it means that like other people are like diminished and you're like in the front of it, like that's kind of tough too. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'm just saying like
you're not. She said that she's also said that there were things that were discussed between her and like people in the federation that she's not going to talk about. Like, so I don't know exactly what it is that she wants to change, like exactly, and I don't know if she said exactly what she wants to change, but there are some structural things that she wants to have more attention, I guess, more investment in the women's sport in Norway. And it hasn't happened. So, I don't know. But also, I want to talk about the U.S. women's national team. Caesar and I do reside here in the United States. He is an illegal... no, I'm joking.
Whoa!
And
2008, baby.
We've both enjoyed watching the women's national team. I'm a big fan of Megan Rapinoe. Caesar's a big fan of Kristen Press.
Kristen Press, baller.
Mm-hmm. You know she don't rock with Neymar no more. We'll get into him later, though.
That moves. That's perfect for an excellent person like Caesar in the world. Not playing.
Let me shoot your shot. I'm just joking. You also like what's her name? The number 9. I forgot her name.
I think she's a good player. Alex Morris.
Yeah.
She's a really good player.
But I'm kind of still salty about that Messi thing.
I think she's a real true 9.
She is. That's why I'm salty.
Okay.
Why are you gonna say Messi's your favorite player? Like you don't play anything like him. Why didn't you say Cavani?
If she said Cavani, it'd be too gangster.
That's true. She's probably just a Barca fan.
Yeah, when I was saying earlier, you were talking about teams in favor. I think like America's so good. I mean, let's keep it. I always forget the date this was, but I did watch that Mia Hamm World Cup final. I was there for it. I was a child in San Francisco at the stadium.
I was there.
No, I had the tickets.
Okay, I went. I'd like to see them.
Okay, I was there, and I saw the shirt. I was there for everything. I was there for it. My mom brought me. Went there.
What year was that again?
It was it 98 or 99? I think it was 1999, the Women's World Cup. Yeah, in San Francisco. I was there for it. Me and my mom went there.
Young Cap.
I swear on everything I love. I was there.
I don't even believe that, but okay.
Wow. No, it really was.
Okay, keep talking.
I'll leave the show over it. I believe that final was Brazil versus USA.
Brazil lost.
Yes, they did. It was all over Sports Illustrated. And like I've seen America win various times. We watched the last one where Carly Lloyd scored those incredible goals, and it's not that it's not that I don't want to see America succeed. America succeed is cool. It's fun to watch. To me, it's like watching the pinnacle of like the highest level of athleticism and technique. And soccer across the board, like men and women, it's high level technique and athleticism on the field being played, and that's America's team. But it's cool to see other women's teams around the world kind of rise up and like seeing underdogs or seeing what other countries are made of. It's cool to be able to see like, hey, like look this team. Let's say Thailand. Like, oh look, it'd be cool to be like, oh they play pretty. They got some good like skills over there. They're pretty good over there too. It's good to see it like growing around the world.
Well, you said they're kickboxers, so
yeah.
Jeez, you're fired.
You're the one that said it's rough, and I was like, yeah, they probably said kickboxer. I was continuing your joke. If you had came in there serious, I wouldn't have. Okay. Don't try to out me.
Anyway, Megan Rapinoe, the activist baller that she is one of my favorite players. Oh god, she's such a baller. Yeah. I want to.
What team she play for?
Right now, the Seattle team, right? The Seattle Reign. Here comes the rain again. And her girlfriend is plays for the Seattle WNBA team, but I forgot her name though.
Sue Bird.
Is that what it is?
Might be.
I think so. That sounds familiar.
Sue Bird's like a legend, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Man, she was Sue Bird. That'd be really cool.
I'm pretty sure she
is.
Sue
Bird's a baller. She's like the female Steve Nash.
Her game's MVP?
Yeah. It is, because someone wrote Sue Bird and her. Yeah.
Is that it?
Damn, she's 5'9". Wow, she's tall. Yeah, Sue Bird.
Okay, so I just want to remind all the incel U.S. men national team supporters who like have things to say about the women's national team and their fight for equal pay because they're still fighting for that. I just want to remind those people who go on the internet and say, well, you know, the viewership and the money, the revenue, why should they get equal pay? In 2015, okay, let me say this actually. The reason why I want to see the U.S. women's national team win, again, because then they're going to sandwich the men's national team with 2 World Cups when they didn't make it in the middle. Like, I'd love to see you won 2015 and 2019, and then 2018 the Men's World Cup. Y'all didn't even make it in there.
You didn't even win the Gold Cup either.
And Costa Rica made it. They won the last Gold Cup, but who cares about that?
No, but
2017 they won the Gold Cup. 2015 they did not.
Yeah, that was the one that... No, which one did we see? That
was it 2015?
No, was that the one where we saw Darren Maddox
score the header off the...
Was that 15?
Oh, was it 16?
It could have been.
Well, they paid on odd years, don't they? 2016 was Euros.
I'm going to keep it real. In the last 4 years, all the Copa Americas and Gold Cups have been so odd numbered because of these legacy years.
Yeah.
Who the hell knows what's going on? There's going to be 3 Copa Americas in a row.
I'm pretty sure that was 2015.
Okay.
But anyway, in 2015, the women's national team brought in $20 million more dollars of revenue than U.S. men's national team, and they only got a quarter of the pay of the men's national team. So it's unfair, and I really hope that the women's national team can win the World Cup again. In between the men's national team not even qualifying.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
And Panama qualified.
Because a comedian I like was actually bringing this up. Chris D'Elia. He was talking about Chris D'Elia. He was talking about the women's team and saying, talking about how the player was upset they weren't getting paid equal. And he had made some statements that I felt like you didn't do your research on, so you shouldn't be talking on it.
What did he say?
He was saying that, it's because, it's all about it's anybody watching. People are watching, that's who gets paid. I'm like, maybe you should, look up the numbers. Because I believe last episode you talked about them having, the 2 most viewed games of all time in soccer, American soccer history, right?
I can't remember.
One of the episodes you brought up a statistic saying that, one of their games, the most watched on television.
Probably.
And then you're talking about right here, too, these stats. So it's, I was like, what? You're talking about women being paid based upon television contracts? What are we talking about right now? Because America's team didn't even make the previous World Cup. There's no way there was even a television contract paying them for viewership if they weren't in the tournament for viewership.
Exactly.
Are we paying them to watch the tournament with us? Because America was watching the tournament with me.
All I'm saying, too, is, you don't talk about it being about the money they bring in because they made $20 million more and got a quarter of the pay.
Yeah.
So that's unfair.
You're talking about they brought in even more money.
Yeah, and then they got less
and they got paid less.
Than the men who suck.
Yeah.
Who literally just lost to Venezuela. Even though it's a friendly, and I don't even know why there's people even that care about that, but you lost to Venezuela.
Is it a friendly?
Yeah, these are friendlies right now for USA. The Gold Cup hasn't started yet. Friendly USA.
They got obliterated.
3-0, and that was a political statement. Hands off Venezuela.
They should have played for
yeah, for Juan Guaido gotta go. If the USA wins, he can stay. If Venezuela wins, Juan Guaido gotta go. Gotta get the hell out of here.
This immediately turned political. Yeah. I wish there was a sign that said that USA out.
Yeah, USA I'm sure there were. I don't know where they played, but
no, they didn't have that sign up.
But it was kind of funny because I'm like, yo, why do people care about this? But that's a political statement. Anyway. The U.S. men's national team is very bad, and there's weirdos that we start. I'm like, who are these people? Who are these people?
I'm still trying to find out who the hell Long is. Aaron Long. Who's this guy?
Caesar, there be names. I'm like, who are these people? And literally, the women's national team is amazing, and they're all such.
They're all stars with sponsorship deals.
Yeah, and I seen a commercial with I think it was Julie Ertz. Is it Julie? I forgot. Just a few minutes ago, I want to see them sandwich the USA national team with a World Cup win, and I'm pretty sure the men's national team probably won't even qualify for the next World Cup.
Yeah, but I'm saying people are that stance. Don't talk about things that are just you don't know what you're talking about. It's not true. That's not true.
Chris D'Elia does stand up for the incels.
No, for sure. Because I'm hey man, that's not true.
One of your favorites though?
Huh? He's not my favorite comedian. I just like his show.
One of your favorites.
I like his show, but I don't like it. I don't like his stand up. He's definitely not my favorite. Actually, I haven't watched like his last stand up. I'm not.
Shout out to Caesar with the birds on his shirt though. Caesar got these flamingos. Caesar got the flamingos.
You know what's funny? In this camera, this looks like one of them like nurse shirts.
Is that you?
But it looks way fresher in real life. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Do you know why flamingos are pink?
No.
It's because what they eat turns their feathers pink. They would actually be white.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Must be nice.
You're welcome.
Wish that could apply to us.
Stupid. Okay, also, Hope Solo was criticizing Jill Ellis, the coach of the U.S. Women's National Team, saying that she cracks under pressure and she relies on her assistants a whole lot.
Yeah, but she won the World Cup, though.
Yeah, I think they got a little personal beef there.
I don't like two of my favorites arguing. Can y'all just chill a little bit?
I think they got some issues. But Jill Ellis is kind of like, oh, whatever. Like, because... Hope Solo is doing media now, so she's like part of the media. So she's like, whatever. That's what pundits do. Like they criticize people.
Jill is like, you just keep talking from behind the booth.
Yeah. Even though I think it sucks how Hope Solo ended up leaving the national team. Like I think it's whack, but whatever. It is what it is. Hope Solo should have definitely won USSF president. That would have been really great. But she would have.
We were pushing. We were the leading campaign, leading podcaster or the campaign advocates for her to win that title. No, leave me alone. That was for her to win it all.
Yeah, absolutely. She would have found a way to get
some Goldman Sachs executive.
She would have found a way to get Jill Ellis the hell out of there, though.
I'd have been like, hey, yeah, but are you going to put her as a national team coach for the men's?
Yeah, that'd have been dope. Okay, also, this having to do with women's football as well. The president of the Afghan Football Federation, Karamuddin Karim, has been banned for life from all football-related activity and fined $1 million Swiss francs by FIFA following an investigation finding him guilty of having abused his position and sexually abused various female players. This happened from 2013 to 2018.
Jesus Christ. 5 years?
I've seen stories about this, but I kind of didn't want to touch on it yet to see like what was going to happen with that guy. But there has been detailed publications of what he's done, and women have come out many times. There was four other members of the federation were suspended and given travel bans actually.
Damn, travel bans too?
Woo. Yeah, he's denied the allegations.
Of course,
yeah. But there was something else I wanted to say here. Anyway, I read the article in the Guardian. But something. I mean, it's good that he's gonna have to step down, but it's unfortunate that he's not in jail.
Why is he not? 5 years of abuse.
Like, not to get all political again, but it really sucks because. Damn, Reagan, like for real, like I'm really annoyed that they made Afghanistan a failed state, starting from Ronald Reagan and then also increased by your boy George Bush and Dick Cheney, Donald Rumsfeld over there when they were leading the White House. It sucks that there's not a level of justice for this person who was sexually abusing the. Can you imagine? It's Afghanistan. You're a woman's football player. You gotta be fearing for your life, and like, there's all these, ain't
nobody proud of her.
No, there are a lot of people.
No, I'm saying there's more like.
There's gonna be threats to your life. I'm saying
there's a lot more threats compared to like in America. Like there'd be like a general like, oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Over there, I feel like it's just kind of it's rough out there. Yeah, not saying that. Jesus, that might sound terrible. I'm not saying that no one's proud of her. Jesus Christ, that's terrible.
But yeah, it's really unfortunate that like. Someone would make it to that level in a place like that. That's basically a failed state because of United States aggression. And then you got to deal with some freaking dude abusing his power and being a sexual monster abuser.
Yeah, and it's sad because she probably thinks, well, I have to do this though. Like, this is the sacrifice. That's the saddest part. Is that
you're being bullied.
A lot of people think that this is the only way to like be and make it, so they just it happened in the Harvey Weinstein thing. It happened in so many instances for women in these professional careers. It's a damn shame.
It is absolutely a shame. But credit to those women for speaking out, and I'm sure they were very scared to do that, but they didn't. They got them the hell out of there, and hopefully they can go on to have amazing careers.
People should grant them one time like
interest into the World Cup
if they want to, or like
a switch where?
If they, I don't know, like let's say hypothetically they want to play for somebody, they should be granted those too.
Well, play for another country?
No, but like I'm okay. Like let's say hypothetically one of these women has like a different, like let's say they have citizenship or something like that or whatever. Like let's say they, like Turkish or whatever. I don't know, like any other country, they should be granted that.
You're doing a lot, right?
No, I'm saying like I always felt that like FIFA always does this rule: you have to play less than 5 games with the international team before you get switched. Let's say something happens to you that's egregious on a national team, and you don't want to represent this country anymore. If you have any ties or whatever, you should be allowed to switch.
What if you don't?
Then if you want to,
hey, man.
It's an option.
Hey.
I'm not enforcing it. What am I saying that's so bad? What are you, like a pro national? Like they have to play for Afghanistan if they don't want to? Goddamn.
Hey man.
I'm just saying if
you're
they
doing
want
a lot.
if something happened to them, like that's how I even felt about the racism thing with players. Like if something happens to you and you don't want to, you shouldn't have to represent something if you don't want to. You don't have to go into purgatory and never play again. God damn.
Why I'm being attacked?
You sound really pro making them put that shirt on with the flag on it. Maybe they don't want to play for them anymore.
Caesar, okay.
Maybe it's traumatic.
Okay, Caesar, first of all, you're doing a lot right now. Second of all, I would imagine these women want to represent their...
You don't know that.
Okay, all right.
I'm saying for those that don't.
You're right.
Okay, but what about for those that don't, though?
Okay, yeah, sure, that's fine. But you didn't say that at first. You said, I think they should be granted a one-time switch. Like, damn, I'm from Afghanistan. I'm from Kabul. Where the hell am I going to switch to Iran?
But you're assuming everybody's from Kabul.
I'm not assuming that. I'm just saying, like, you said they should be granted a one-time switch.
If they want it.
But only if they have dual citizenship somewhere.
Fuck it, you can have anything. You want to play for Thailand, you can. If you want to play for the Maldives, go ahead.
Because that's exactly what you were saying initially.
Before if you want to play for Vincent's and Grenadines, go ahead. Live life.
Okay, thank you. Because that's exactly what
I want to see African girl play for reggae girls. Go ahead. Join in Jamaica. Go hard.
Caesar's over here downplaying the nationalism of Afghan people. Don't think they...
I'm not saying they're not prideful or they're proud of their country. I'm saying if someone doesn't want to do anymore,
they should just get a pass. Just like,
they should because they suffered.
Okay, Caesar, don't try to...
There was a man in a position of power for 5 years. If they want to go, all good.
Caesar, this is what happens when I give Caesar coffee, like on the real. He's over here bouncing his legs and screaming at me. Anyway, it's a terrible...
Isn't that crazy what I said?
We're just going to go...
It doesn't feel crazy.
Okay, you're going to hear
That's
this...
That's probably what makes the show great. Whatever, go ahead. I make the show great. Go ahead.
Anyway, anybody want to hear about that story, go check it out. It's in The Guardian. But yeah, he's been banned for life. I guess, has Sepp Blatter been banned for life? I wonder what happened to him.
He's chilling in the beach.
He's also an abuser, allegedly. I guess there's no like, he's never been convicted. Yeah. But Hope Solo did accuse Sepp Blatter of abusing her as well. And you should check out that story too. You know, we does this when We Made a Podcast. WeMadeAPodcast.com. Okay, Caesar. Now, in the past, this is one of your favorite players. Don't say now why he's not one of your favorite players anymore, because we're going to get into that after. But there's been a lot. It's been a while since we recorded. Last week, we released the best of episodes 81 through 101, and the week before that, this hadn't happened yet. So we're getting to this a little bit late, I guess. But there has been a lot surrounding ya boy, Neymar Philho, a.k.a. Junior. I mean, it's been a lot, and let me just say for anybody listening, when the whole WhatsApp story broke, we were at Tarek's house and Caesar's reading it to me, and we're just like blown away by what was going on. And Caesar's reading the whole video story release that Neymar did and the pictures, and I'm just like, yo, this is insane right now. And no cap, I did say, yo, he's gonna get in trouble for releasing them pictures, yo. I was like, he's gonna
what
get...
happened?
And now they're talking about him being investigated for revenge.
Can't be doing that, dog.
That
person might try to get a job one day, you idiot.
It's really crazy. So let's go, and I'm sure Caesar obviously has family there, so there's probably, you have some more, I don't know necessarily inside information, but more what people are saying on the street.
I got people on the streets.
Yeah, and there's been a lot right now, and it's almost too much to even get into everything. It's a whole mess. But he has been accused by, what's her name again? Najila Trindaji. Okay.
That's a name?
Najila, I guess it's like an Arabic name. It sounds Arabic.
There's a lot of Arabic names in Brazil.
Yeah, there's a lot of Arabs there.
I used to tell you, I don't know if I told you, whenever I'd go to this, my favorite place in Baja, there'd always be a Lebanese flag outside the window.
Yeah. They went down there. Mm-hmm. She's accused Neymar of rape. And go ahead.
This is only? Are you only to the articles that talked about this, or they talk about afterwards of some of the investigation?
I read an article that talked about everything. It's just so much, dude. It's just a lot.
It's messy.
You know? It's so messy. It's so much going on with like her lawyers and everything.
I guess like not that I have a stance on it.
Yeah.
What I've read in Portuguese and English, because this is something I've been feeling really crazy about. It's been interesting. It's been telling. Like not to say like I wouldn't expect this, or I guess like you don't want to expect this, because like this has like always been like, no matter how many players I've cheered for in my life, I attribute Neymar to being someone that was closest to me in terms of a player I liked. Because of my generation, he's 1 year my junior.
Yeah.
I've watched him grow. I've watched his. I used to watch him on a global Sports Mom's international TV, to watch him on Santos. I watched him in the Libertadores Cup win it with Santos. That was amazing. I watched him when Rubio came down there and they got a link up. That was amazing for me.
Another accused rapist.
Absolutely. So hand in hand. And then watching defending him on the Barcelona move, just all the stuff going on over years. On the show, we covered extensively the PSG transfer. That happened literally in the prime of the show. It happened. We were talking about the rumors going on. We talked about the video he released about it. It's been a development. Neymar's been here. This going down, I never forget, I think I said to you that night, and I was reading this, it was like reading it, and you're just like, what? Like, it's like if that was your child, just like, I can't believe what I'm looking at. Like, it's not necessarily that, like, I'm his actions were bad. Like, reading it, in the end of the reading, it's nothing crazy in there. It's like
the WhatsApp messages, you mean?
Yeah, it's regular.
It's nothing
honestly, it's regular. Like,
but there's some other ones that came out too, though.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Was it the ones that talk about afterwards?
Yes.
Okay, I know. It got turned up. It turned up, but I was like, he's Brazilian. I'm not surprised by that.
No. It's like her talking to him about like what happened.
Oh, where I didn't read those.
Oh yeah, I got them here.
Okay, down. Are they in Portuguese? Are you gonna read translation to me? Because I'm gonna get salty, you know.
That'd be so terrible if I'm trying to read Portuguese.
Or if you're reading the translations and they're like all off, I'm like, that's not what that means.
Yeah.
No, but yeah. So, anyways, what I was saying is that after kind of reading, not that part, but just kind of reading like the situation with the police federal that we're talking about in Brazil too. Like, it does seem like, to me, I mean, how I've read, I felt like I'm leaning towards his innocence in it. That's where I am from what I've read. It does seem like there's kind of like a lot of cap going on.
By who?
On her part, like a little bit, like, and I just from what you can see,
about
obviously
what?
More can develop. I just don't feel like I don't feel like there's not necessarily a rape occurred. Now, I don't know that.
So you're saying that you don't think a rape occurred?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I haven't read that part. I'm saying from what I've read already.
Okay. So
that's what I'm saying.
I feel like I wish that I wish that you read this part.
Okay, but drop it to me. I'm down to get the live reaction, please. I thought, I'm saying what I've read before I even heard about this.
Okay, hold on. No. Just to be clear, so you were saying that based on the messages that he released?
Yeah, like
nobody would get the
when I read those messages, I'm just like, it just seems like an encounters.
Yeah, so basically
because it wasn't like a one time. It wasn't the one time and then it closed off.
Yeah,
then I'd been like, oh, we're in a great, but like the fact that I kept seeing like multiple meetups kind of go down, I was like, oh, okay.
So based on the messages that Neymar released,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what it would seem that everything's fine.
Yeah,
of course.
So now, I can't read all this. This is a lot, honestly. Like, this is like this
Deadspin still going hard in the paint. Huh?
This got released on Global published this on May. Oh, wait, okay, it starts on May 16th. And it's a lot. Hold on. Yes. Wait. What? Yo, like, honestly, like, I can't even like get into all this. It's a really long conversation. If anybody wants to know, like, obviously, it's all out there. It's really okay. Whether a rape occurred or not, or like an abuse, because I guess there was like a thing that I read something like her initial lawyers were saying that she didn't say rape initially. She said that he like was like physically abusive to her and like just like really aggressive, and she was kind of like he was just really aggressive at some point. I heard something that she would say that he's a drug addict, some all kinds of stuff, or maybe like he was on drugs or something like that, or he was drunk. I can't remember, but whether or not a rape occurred, that's for the courts to figure out or whatever. I'm surprised he hasn't been arrested though. Obviously,
are you?
I mean, so hold on. So I'm gonna get into something after this, but I can't say anything about like a crime that occurred. I have no clue, and not enough like to really go on yet, other than like her word and his word. I wouldn't put it past him, but like whatever. Him releasing those messages though, like it's just blows my mind. Like
in terms of what blows your mind about it?
That he would be that stupid.
Yes, the stupidity is insane.
I just can't even understand what would make you think that the best way to go about exonerating myself is to release our messages and her pictures in public.
You think that like one thing I mean, I'm not. It's just kind of dumb, but he's like on like a poker player, I guess. Like he does those poker things too. Like, why would you show like a hand? Like, let's say you're doing a whole court and you have a lawyer and this situation happens to you. You don't just put all the evidence in the public eye for it to just sit there. Like, if you have anything, you just go, oh, this is what I have, and like let's just work with this in the background, and I'll just make a statement saying everything that happened to me is false, and my lawyer were taking care of it. Why do you put a recording of everything you're saying?
And it's not everything though.
That's the problem on your side. Yeah.
So you already making yourself look guilty,
especially if you're not putting everything out there.
Exactly.
If there's more, like you said, there's more. It's bad that you only did part of it now.
Yeah, because like from jump, you're rich and you're famous. So when somebody
he's literally a mega star.
Yes, you're rich and you're famous. So when somebody accuses you of a crime, you go talk to your lawyer. Like that's it.
That's your best friend.
And you have a lawyer that makes a lot of money who knows all these people, because you're getting accused in Brazil. So like sadly the shit be hella corrupt half the time.
Be here too. But
we're talking about Brazil though.
No, but you want to give the ether to Brazil. That's fair.
We're talking about Brazil. We're talking about Brazil.
We can talk about Howard Jacobs later too. But no, like you're
gonna
get a lawyer. Yeah, no, I'm mad at you. You get a lawyer.
You tell the lawyer got connections and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
The lawyer might know her lawyers. The lawyer could be like, "Hey, what's really?"
Judge.
Yeah, they could say, "What's going on here? Does she want something?" No. Yeah. Okay. If it's like, I mean, and I'm not saying that's what she's there for. I'm just saying how it works behind the scenes when it comes to the law, the so-called law.
People don't understand that these lawyers have relationships.
They have relationships with people. Does she want something or not? No? Okay, then we're going to have to go to like this process. All right, we'll do that. And then you talk to Neymar. What happened? You figure it out. Yeah. The last thing you do, like the lawyer tell you, don't talk. Like
that's the best thing.
Just don't talk about it. Like don't just shut up.
Definitely don't record the conversation, post it online.
That's and honestly, like and then you're posting someone's pictures. Like you're just like so stupid. It makes more sense if he's actually a drug addict or an alcoholic. It makes more sense.
It does.
Because that's the actions of somebody that's like
incoherent.
Yeah, exactly. Like
brain cells fried.
And you just recorded some video, and like I can't even imagine like all his teammates and stuff just kind of like, yo, dog, like.
It's funny because I bet no one ever says it to him, but I bet I bet there's players just like if I was his teammate, I'd be like, what?
I'd be like, give me your phone so I can delete our messages.
Up in the morning, and then they have a separate group chat with everybody but Neymar and Danny Alves. We're call it what's that? Real PSG. I'm just in there talking. I get a text. If I get a text from Kimpembe, hey man, you see what he did? And I'm like, yeah. Did you see that he put it all online? And her pictures are in it, and her face, man.
Oh. God.
And she's naked and her words are in there.
That's like, yo, like, I mean, if he doesn't get convicted of a rape or like assaulting her, there has to be something for doing that. And they do have revenge porn laws in Brazil, and they're investigating that.
I'm going to keep it real. I'm already skeptical about the French police. I was skeptical about that Kim Kardashian situation way back. So I don't know how they handle the Star situation with Star. I don't really know how they're doing things. And
but he's getting investigated in Brazil.
Okay, because I know Brazil for that, but I thought it was but I remember like French authorities went to go visit something like that too, because it did happen in France.
Yeah, so I don't know like what the situation is there yet. I don't think there's been that much information.
Maybe that's why I took a picture of Bolsonaro.
But he so let me get into that.
Sorry, I'm getting fired up. Just you are.
we're going to talk a lot about Neymar, but so okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Neymar is in this situation. He knows he's in a situation. He knows he's going to need help because even if he did not assault that woman, you released her pictures, and that's going to be a crime. Like that's a crime. There's no way you're going to get out of that unless you kind of like start positioning yourself and like trying to make some friends, so to speak. So then I woke up. I don't know if I woke up to these tweets, but I saw Caesar going off about how he's done with Neymar now, and now you can say why.
There's always been, it's not just him. I mean, Bolsonaro recently made a trip, and I don't know where, because I saw actually a few pictures come up with multiple athletes.
Go ahead and talk about it. Go ahead, talk.
I saw a few pictures with multiple Brazilian athletes of Bolsonaro involved, and some of them being MMA fighters. I saw a picture with Rafael dos Anjos. He took a picture with Bolsonaro, and one of my favorite Twitter accounts named Smoogie, he tweeted, Bolsonaro is 6 feet tall. I didn't know they could pile a stack of shit that high. So, this is a guy that we talked about in the past that I'm very, very much dislike. And there was been rumors about Neymar based upon some likes that he did and a few other athletes in Brazil liking his posts and basically showing support for him. So seeing Bolsonaro take a picture with Neymar after, I guess, Neymar got injured, and that smile, to me, after everything that happened, the worst thing that I felt like the worst thing that could have happened is that after everything Neymar did, everything he did, and this situation that's going on, and possibly he could have harmed this woman, the next thing, and as soon as he gets in some trouble, the next thing you see a picture with him and Bolsonaro, I was done. I don't care. I may love somebody. I may be a big fan of somebody. I may really have, it's a lot, but I am a human, and I like to be proud of myself that I have a cutoff. I can only take so much. At that point, I was done with him. I didn't want to be associated or cheer for somebody that stands with someone as disgusting and vile as Bolsonaro. And to me, that just showed me that he was looking to get some help, that some help, illegal help, basically, to help him out of a situation. I've been going off hard. I need to stop. I called him a sack of shit.
I heard that.
Yeah, so I'm sorry.
So what's your issue with Bolsonaro, though?
I just think that the worst thing about it, as I literally just said, is that the soonest shit hit the fan, we already remember the little like that he dropped on the Bolsonaro page.
Yeah, him and Lucas Moura.
Yeah. The soonest some shit hit the fan, the first thing I see is a picture of him smiling at Bolsonaro. I'm like, well, did you look at that? You need some help? Help right there around the corner. Mm-hmm. That to me, I don't act like I have some crazy moral high ground or anything, but I have a cutoff no matter how much I like somebody or even love them as a player or athlete or really enjoy watching them and whatever. That I have a cutoff. And that to me was too much because there's levels to being in support of somebody, and I think that when something goes on in a situation where you not only you may have not raped this woman or did anything illegal to her, but when you did the pictures, you possibly ruined her future as a person because you're not just anybody. You're a megastar. You're around the world, and she can forever be known for that. You've done that. You've exposed someone's privacy. So when you do that, the first thing you look to is this disgusting pig of a president
who does not respect the rule of law.
Does not at all.
That's my biggest
and has
thing.
instituted nothing to help the country of Brazil whatsoever.
My biggest thing about it is like you're taking and like you said too, she's gonna be looked at in a certain light, but like when you kind of like go and align yourself with this person who doesn't respect the rule of law, believes in vigilante justice, is about violence, like glorifies violence, it puts her life in danger now. Because if people are seeing like, oh, like Bolsonaro saying that she didn't do it, and he has all these people around him, maybe something could happen to her.
This is a person that promotes violence.
He's a violent person.
When you associate with violence, you promote violence, you bring violence. So the people could be like, well, Bolsonaro really likes Neymar, and if they both don't like this girl, I think we need to do something about it. That there's people like that will do stuff like that, especially.
But also, okay, now here's a little bit of devil's advocate, because we talked about this with what's his name, Mesut Ozil with Erdogan, which actually, you know what? I actually take it back now because Ozil just got married. He had like Erdogan there at his wedding. So actually, I can't even rock with that at all. But I remember people were mad about Ozil taking the picture with Erdogan, the president of Turkey. But we're kind of like, well, damn, yo, like, what are you gonna say? Tell him no? Like, if you come in there, it's hard to say no.
Everybody says it, but no one's flexing that hard.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
I'm gonna take a picture, but excuse me, dog.
It's kind of hard to say no to somebody,
especially a leader.
Yeah, and somebody who's like kind of authoritarian or whatever.
Yeah, you don't be dropping no's out here.
Yeah, exactly. So,
if he did, I'm like, you're insanely cool.
That could have, but I don't think that's the same with Neymar also because. You know, I don't think it'd have been bad for Neymar to be like, you know what, like, I would love to, but right now I'm in a situation and, like, we're trying to, I'm not trying to be seen with political people and stuff like that right now. You don't think it would have worked?
No, it does not work. I don't think...
Maybe Bolsonaro would have respected that, though.
No, I really don't think so, because I'm going to keep it real with you. I think that's a mindset that's clear, it's intelligent, it's understanding, it sounds smart and clear, but I think a person like that thinks... What are you talking about? If anything, I'm the best thing for you right now. If you talk about political climate, I erase all those issues. Yeah. I'm above it all. I'm more powerful. I control the media. Yeah. He would say something like that, and that'd make you really uncomfortable and say, let's take this picture so I can just already burn.
Yeah.
But that's not Neymar. I don't think that's Neymar. I don't think he would have said that either. I don't think he is either. No. Just based upon business transaction life moves and things that happen in Neymar's life that Brazilians know about, he's never been that guy. So why would I assume that randomly out of nowhere in this situation he flips into this dude? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It seems like in a lot of ways, like, I mean, I think because this summer there's like a lot going on, international tournaments, and there's also was like the Nations League, and there's like, you know, there's qualifiers, there's Euro 2020 qualifiers right now, also transfers, big transfers. I feel like this Neymar stuff hasn't really been like that big of news as it should be. Maybe in a more dead time, like it would have been much bigger, but
coincidentally, the best thing that could have happened to him is him getting injured.
So yeah, I'm gonna talk about that in a second, but I don't know what it's gonna do to his career going forward, especially when there's gonna be like more time and more like whatever's happening with the case, like releasing that woman's pictures and her conversation is just like. People don't trust you now because honestly, yo, like you screenshot. You're like the federal agent, dog.
That is
like,
big time narc
like
shit.
You're a narc of all narcs,
like,
bro.
You want to do that and send it to your friends in a group, cool. But you post it online, dog.
You show that to
he has like, does he have like 40 million followers, some obscene number?
You show that to the cops, to like if 12 comes, so we need to see your here. You show it to your lawyers, whoever,
sure,
the judge.
I don't care.
But you don't release it public, yo. Like, are you crazy? Like, you're telling me, you know what? Every single person that texts with Neymar is nervous. Like, damn, this dude be really releasing people's conversations, yo. Like, damn, like it's like that.
That's crazy. And a heartbeat too.
Like, something happened, bang, I'm screenshot, I'm releasing everything, like, and they're probably like, damn, he be saving stuff too? Shit, like, I said some crazy shit in that damn chat. Like, you gotta be real, like, I feel like it might be difficult for teammates to really trust him as a person. Sadly, we know a lot of them players and people don't really care about sexual assault. That's a damn shame, but that's what we're dealing with. But they're gonna be like, dog, like, I don't know about this guy. He be releasing stuff.
Yeah, which should be. I'd be uncomfortable.
Absolutely. If Caesar, if you're texting with somebody and you say something nice to them or flirty, I don't know, and then you go and look on their Instagram story and like it's up, you're gonna be like,
look how this guy said to me. I'd be like, hey, what?
You're gonna feel violated.
I will. No, I would. Because
even if they cross out your number or your name,
yeah, you'd be like, hey, man, because
you cloud chasing hard.
Absolutely, and a conversation like that is a private conversation.
Yes, it's it's next level. I don't know what it's gonna do to his career. I don't know, like, because. This situation happened in France. I don't know what his situation is going to be like in France, but they're not really talking about it yet because I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on at the media right now. But as soon as that stuff died down, when them tournaments are over, early August is lit, yo.
We'll see.
We will definitely see. Okay, so anyway, speaking of Neymar, some more. He did catch an ankle injury against Qatar in a friendly. I saw his foot, yeah, or his leg, or his ankle, yeah, the big old knot, looked like a tennis ball in there. He will be out for the entire Copa America. I remember we talked about, is there more pressure on him and Messi, or him or Messi for this Copa America? Well, there's no more Neymar in this Copa America, so what are we even talking about? But what do you think?
I made a statement.
Did Vinicius Jr. get called up now?
No, he did not. They called up Willian.
Yo, no.
Vinicius Jr. chilling at his house.
He's not called up?
He's in Rio de Janeiro playing foot tennis.
Caesar, you're telling me right now that they did not call up VJ?
No.
Caesar, I don't believe you.
They called up Willian.
Willian didn't already get called up?
No, of course not. He didn't. They called David Neres a Willian. I don't have a problem with that. David Neres played really well.
Yeah, no, I feel like he should have been there.
And they called up that Brazilian dude who's really baller, Weberton, where he's with the crazy face tattoos. He's really good.
But he plays in Brazil.
Yeah, he plays in Graham. He's good. Chicho always calls like one or two Brazilian players.
I don't have a problem.
Cool. Yeah,
I don't have a problem with
that's
that.
Cool. But he didn't call it William, which is fine. I didn't really watch Chelsea.
William didn't.
I saw David Neres and he's played really well. That's a great guy. I think he's going to be better than Douglas Costa, so it'd be good to see what he can do out there.
William.
And they called William up, and I was like, "Hey man, like."
Vinicius Jr. plays in Neymar's position.
And my thing is look, who's been the biggest offender? William, we know William does. He's solid. He does his job. That's a guy.
He had a poor World Cup.
He did, but we like him a lot.
He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. Plays defense too. I like that about him. But
I think he did start the war in Ukraine though. But whatever.
You don't know that. That's a reach I've ever heard. Wow, I'm uncomfortable with you saying that, actually. Jesus. But the thing to me is, like, you lost Neymar. So, Chichi, let's keep it real. What do you really have to lose right now? Why not see what your team is capable of? Why not bring this in?
Bring an 18-year-old
We all saw Real Madrid's only flash of any brilliance this year has been when Vinicius has been on that field.
Yeah.
And you can ask Real Madrid that, they'll let you know that. Ask Benzema why it's been such a good year. He'll tell you why he's been rolling, probably feeling it. Him and Vinicius doing that link up play, they've been killing it. Mm-hmm. You have a guy who can already link up with strikers, doing his thing. Not as powerful foot as Bam is criticizing him for, but he sets things up for other people and he makes magic happen.
And he plays in Neymar's position.
You lost a player that does that. Willie doesn't even play on the left side. Willie plays on the right side.
Right. So
I don't understand what's going on here. It's weird.
It's really unfortunate.
It's a damn shame, and I was actually hurt by seeing that. I'm like, wow, like why is Willie? Why didn't? Where's Vinicius at?
You know why?
Yeah, but William too though.
Not as much. Not as much.
He's a fro too.
Caesar, not as much though.
The fro is powerful.
Yeah, but dog. Vinicius is a real one, bruh.
Yeah, but he straightens his hair.
Yeah, but he's a real one, though. He's a real one. You ain't mistaken that guy.
Oh, you're not.
There's no
questions.
Don't let him end up lagging in with, like, the Senegal team. They're going to be like, yeah, I think that guy's... Is that Mane? Oh, no, that's... They're going to be getting them real confused.
They're not going to confuse him with the Spanish player?
No, don't let him lag in with the Cameroon team.
Yeah, so, that happened.
That really sucks because honestly, I put here, is it Vinicius Jr. time to shine or like David Neres? Like, because I thought they would get Vinicius Jr. in there.
And then I got William.
That's really unfortunate.
William.
That's really unfortunate.
I agree. Dude. That's very boring.
I feel like Chichi is dead racist.
I think he is too.
That's really whack. William whack.
My thing is, I have a question for you. Out of everything that happened, this situation
with Neymar,
do you think the best thing that could have happened for him is to get injured? For him and the team.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
That was. Yeah. I'm sorry.
He's a big distraction.
You're interesting. Your injury was very clutch.
It's gonna be really bad when you're playing like on the field and you have this situation and you're playing these other South American teams. They're gonna be screaming that stuff from.
They're gonna be screaming it. There's gonna be.
Ain't nobody gonna have
think
no
about
mercy.
this. Can you imagine
even the Japanese fans?
Imagine all this happening. Relax, they don't do that. Imagine this happening.
But it's Japanese Brazilians though.
Absolutely.
You know they're gonna be going for Japan.
Well,
they're gonna be ratchet.
They're wild.
Exactly.
Imagine this happening, and then like the minute he starts doing bad,
yeah.
Like
exactly.
what if the first Copa America round? I don't know what their group is mixed. I don't know what the group lines are. Let's say they play Paraguay, right?
I feel like they're okay. Yeah. I feel like
they always play Paraguay. So I don't know why. Let's say they play Paraguay, right? I know you're looking it up.
Yeah,
imagine like Brazil loses or ties 0-0, right? The next round they lose. Let's say they lose to Uruguay or something like that too.
Their first match is Bolivia.
Okay, let's play Bolivia. Let's say they go 0-0 Bolivia, which would be shocking to me. But
I wouldn't be shocked by that.
I would.
Yeah, really?
Would Neymar? Yes. We always destroyed Bolivia.
They're playing. Damn, they got an easy run. They got Venezuela after that.
Whoa! Let me come at Venezuela like that.
And then,
especially as they kicked America out.
And it's too silly. And then Peru and the other thing.
Okay, let's say they 0-0 Bolivia, beat Venezuela 1-0 only. Neymar doesn't score, and then the last match is against who?
Peru.
Peru. Let's say they lose to Peru, right? Obviously, things are a mess.
Yeah, they won't get out of group stage.
They won't get out of group stage. Can you imagine like the interviews after the match too? It'd be crazy.
I don't want to do.
The injury is the best thing because you know what you need to do. Especially if I was a coach, I'd be like, you need to get the hell out of here and handle your shit and handle your life.
And you can't
because literally you have an insane amount of issues. Yeah. Not only issues physically. This is getting wild right now. You have issues physically, but you honestly have some problems upstairs too because you're making some really questionable life decisions at like 27, dude. Yeah, what is going on here? Yeah. You're the decision he made is something that I'd be like, God damn it, if he was Vinicius' age, I'd be like, come on, dog. Yeah. What are you doing? And you're not though.
No.
You have a child somehow, allegedly that's your kid that's out there.
There was something I read, I can't remember if it was a doctor saying this or somebody saying this. I think it was the doctor, like the team doctor or somebody was saying that, I mean, literally saying like what we've been saying, like verbatim, basically, like the way he plays, he's more prone to injury. The doctor, I'm pretty sure it was the doctor said that. Like he's more prone to injury because of the way he plays. And we said that.
Ask me though, when he got injured, how do you think my reaction was?
Yeah, no, nobody.
It was what? Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Of course they play Qatar and then he gets hurt.
Yeah.
Like, what a shock to me.
Yeah, no, nobody's surprised.
He shouldn't be allowed to play those games.
Seriously.
What are you... Like, he should have been 15 minutes and got off. I remember they just did it before Messi. I think Messi played like that a game in Saudi Arabia. Messi played like 10 minutes.
I'm just really... like, this is not fair, I guess, but like I'm really tired of seeing Neymar cry. Like, I don't want to see that
I'm tired. I don't care. I'm tired. No, it is fair. He's crying. He's crying.
So over that.
He's crying about some dumbass thing that he did. I don't feel bad for you. You're not my child. You're not a kid. No. You're a grown ass adult, man. You messed up. Stop crying about it. Just you know what he should
change
do?
Your behavior.
He already changed his life around. He already made his comments on Instagram only allowed to people he follows. Only people that follow him. Only people he follows on Instagram can comment on his pictures. There's not even open to the public anymore.
Okay.
So you're already limited. You might as well just put your account on freeze a little bit. Hand it over to the social media team and be like, hey, y'all can have my account. I can't have a phone right now. I'm gonna just hand. I know he would never. He would never. You know what? You know when stuff like that happens? It's a damn shame. It happens when everything falls to the very bottom. And the problem with Neymar is that when he falls, it's not just him falling. It's a team. It's other people around him that are affected by this.
Well, here's the question.
Because he's a star. Yeah, he's insanely talented. And
here's a question for you. Here's a question for you. Could Brazil be better off without him?
I already
on the pitch, not like the circus, just like on the pitch.
I called it. I think Brazil's going to make it the final now. I think
because Neymar's not there.
Yes, he is.
You think they're better without Neymar?
I think they're absolutely better without Neymar.
Who's going to be in the spot?
It's not necessarily. This is my context. I think it's going to be that the ball is going to move better now. I think the ball is going to move better. I think so. I'm down to say no. You know, I watched. I know it's literally the worst grade to get based off of. But I watched the Honduras game versus Brazil. It's literally the worst scale.
Don't continue.
No. But I'm not saying that it's going to be an indication everybody's going to lose 7-0. I'm just saying that the big note I noticed is what's the only thing that Brazil does rely on? Neymar. The ball's on the left side, and he's holding it to make something happen, right?
I disagree with you.
No.
Because I don't think he plays with
you're saying no.
I don't think he plays with Brazil.
No. You were saying that. I agree with you. That used to be the thing for a little bit. There was this little window when he wasn't doing that, and then we watched the World Cup, and he was doing it again. So I agree.
Okay, hold on. Let me think.
Do you remember the World Cup? What happened? I remember very specifically in the Costa Rica game.
I'm mad I gave you coffee.
Absolutely remember. Give me more, and some whiskey too. Not Jesus. In the Costa Rica game, he was holding that damn ball, trying to press like the old Benzema was, trying to make something happen and losing it.
He was doing the PSG.
He was doing the PSG thing. There was a window. And the
you know, honestly,
qualifier. You say, okay.
You know what? Okay, hold on.
You're remembering. Okay. Let me say it though.
You turn up a lot.
Okay. You're saying you remember qualifiers Neymar.
Okay.
Qualifiers Neymar was different.
Hold on, because Caesar, you're going off.
I care about him. I hate him.
Let me just slow you down a little bit.
Okay.
I'm remembering qualifiers Neymar, and that Neymar was absolutely brilliant. We can agree.
Absolutely,
he was, because the ball was moving a lot.
Beautiful to watch. I'm not even playing. It was beautiful.
Brazil was insane.
But you know why though?
Later in those qualifiers,
you know why though?
Why?
The advantage they've grown, the comfortability where they were, things are going great. You don't have to hold it up right now. Soon as it got to something that had to do with an elimination or a tournament, he starts acting funky, dude. Yeah. It happens to him in group stage. It happens a little bit, but he does his thing at PSG. But as soon as it gets to a situation when they need to count on the team winning, he doesn't think that. He thinks it needs to count on me to do this.
Well, I don't even know if it's that.
I think that he thinks to himself, I gotta do this. He doesn't think that we gotta do this. I gotta get this done.
But I don't feel, you know what? Okay, because I understand that sentiment, but I don't think that's his sentiment. Because I think if you're really feeling like I gotta get it done, then you know that it's a team sport. I feel like he's just like, you said this. It's his football IQ. Like you said that, and I think that's
it goes haywire, especially in a situation like that. It shows how limited it is when it's a situation where it's elimination. Like this is not
because Messi doesn't play like that. No, even though people have criticized his football IQ too, or Ronaldo, it's not like you're literally ball hogging for the sake of ball hogging. No, you're like you wanna do it, but you know that it's a team sport, and like when the stuff is clicking and moving, that's when you'll be able to put it on your back or assist somebody to put it on their back or move players away from them so these two guys can get the assist in the goal. He doesn't really do that necessarily.
That's what I was noting. That not saying that the word is not necessarily better, but maybe if we're comparing Brazil World Cup qualifiers, this team is miles worse. That team was amazing to watch. Gabriel Jesus had like 9 goals. I mean, that was a great qualifier. They played incredible.
Yeah.
That Argentina game was a stunner. That was an amazing qualifier run to watch. That was like almost watching like a World Cup. It was great.
Cavani led those qualifiers in goals.
I know. I'm not saying he didn't, but what happened?
He finished second.
I'm mad Ecuador gave that game away.
Did you see me telling somebody on Twitter about that? I was like, hey,
you're never letting that down. You're gonna remember that for 20 years.
That dude tweeting about Messi's hat trick. He's like, when it counts. I'm like, yo, dog, you
obviously
didn't watch that game.
B team played. So my thing is like that when I watch the Honduras game, not saying it's much of anything to note. It's like watching America versus some island team with 15 people.
Let me ask you, who started on the left? Was it Neres?
No, it was Coutinho. Coutinho and the left wing there. Yeah. So
who else? Like Coutinho
and then this other kid. They have some guy I don't know. Jesus and some dude I don't know. You would know.
Okay.
Some rando I'm playing. Okay. Some Brazilian league player. The thing is, when I watched that game,
he doesn't play for Vitória.
This is a pro Vitória podcast only. I don't do this Bahia crap. I don't play red, white, and blue. So when that happened, is that I watched this team play. I'm like, look, like there's movement going on, and then I think Brazil excels that they have a guy, Gabriel Jesus, who sees himself as a dribbler, but to me he's a finisher.
Yeah, for sure.
And in the finisher situation that's happening because the ball's moving I thought the ball was moving a lot better. There was a lot of speed. It was against Honduras, but
it'll be a good challenge against Bolivia. Bolivia don't play around.
No, I think it's interesting to see. I really want to see who steps up. Now I'm just saying I think that based off all this, these guys are gonna I feel like they're gonna thrive in a situation where the expectations are extremely high for them to advance because Neymar's gone.
Honestly, I really hope so. And I mean that. I really hope so because
it happened to Brazil before where this happened before and they didn't do that. They didn't rise up and play well.
Yeah, I mean a part of me feels like because I don't really feel that from Coutinho. I don't really feel that from Gabriel Jesus. I don't feel that sense of like, let me get it done kind of thing. And I don't think Neymar necessarily has it either, but he's so talented that it kind of makes up for it. I don't really feel like all the other guys really have that in them. But I hope I'm wrong, and it would be really great to see the Brazilian national team rise up without Neymar and win it without Neymar. I'd be really, because honestly, I hate to say it like this now because I don't have any I'm not obviously not a Neymar hater, but something about him just feels toxic at this point.
I agree with you, and it hurts to say that.
And I hate a goddamn snitch, too. Like, somebody releasing text, I don't know if he raped that girl or not. I don't know. But, dog, you over here releasing text. I can't rock with you, dog.
And one more point before we close this up on Neymar, because it's making me sweaty.
No, that's you bouncing and wilding out, screaming. Still right now.
Brazil historically in soccer has always kind of relied. I'll kill you right now for that. Brazil's always kind of relied on a star. You know, somebody to be the face of this yellow and green, and never forget the blue.
Say it in Portuguese, damn.
You know, and it sucks because
Verde.
Amarelo.
Hey, you had to remember yellow.
Verde. You know, they rely on that. I think that Chichi needs to understand that there's a team going on, and you're making these, I guess, good decisions for the sake of the team, but there's also an image to uphold. To be honest with you, there is. The Brazil job is not any job. It's not a job where you just walk in and do a little play around and, oh, look, we won. We got third place. Look, everybody, who? No.
Brazil,
I'll be honest with you. If Brazil called up Vinicius, right, and they finished 4th or 5th, but like there was this flash pan of like excitement and sparks, that would mean a lot more to Brazilians in the nation than them getting 3rd and just having like William like playing very like mundane. You know what I mean? That's how it is. It's not right. But
I feel that though.
So you have an investment towards the future as a coach for Brazil. You show. You know what you need to show. You need to show that the country's bigger than Neymar. Not Neymar's bigger than the country.
Right.
So Neymar's out the window. So what you do and say this? You sit in the room. You sit in the room. You sit in the what is it called? The cabinet. You sit there with the guys. You look around and you say, hey, like, you know, let's get Vinicius here, and we have David Neres out there. Let's just bring some spark out here. Yeah, because maybe I think we have a good team, and I'm not saying that Vinicius won't get it done for us, but it's obviously a chance. Mm-hmm. But let's roll with that dice. Let's see what let's see if we get snake eyes. Let's see what happens.
Coutinho's going to be turning 27 in a few days. I think in a couple days.
But we already watched with that injury. He doesn't do it. He doesn't do it. He's not the guy.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, and Coutinho's not like your future.
No one's counting on him. Like, we've already seen what happened.
Coutinho's going to be 30 in the next World Cup. Not that that's old, but like we're talking about a dude, Vinicius Jr. He's 19. Like, insane. Let's like. Yo, like it might be over for Neymar. Neymar's not going to play in another. Well, actually, I feel like they might be playing another Copa America next.
They were playing one next year.
Yeah, 2020.
5 in a row.
Like really ridiculous.
Ever since they did the American one, has been downhill. Yeah, he's been
like
so cool.
Real, seriously. It might be. It could potentially be over for this guy. Let's get this young guy, Vinicius Jr. He plays for the biggest club in the world, basically. Let's see what he can do. And also. They're talking about potentially a loan for Vinicius Jr. at Real Madrid because Hazard's going to be there. But if Vinicius Jr. is there at Copa America and he turns up, they're keeping him at Real Madrid. And
they're gonna go. Maybe we can just put him in the middle or something.
Well, they're gonna and you want, if you're Brazil national team, you want your players playing for the best clubs.
Yeah, you don't want to be loaned out to Getafe.
Exactly. I don't know what the hell Chichi's doing. Hopefully it changes. And
he's an interesting guy. You know, I was a big fan of him coming in. I don't have an issue with him. Well,
do I?
Yeah, let me put it on camera. I don't have a problem with him, but his decision making ever since the World Cup has been weird because let's keep it real. He didn't want to come back and build things again. No. He wanted to leave and got pushed and begged basically with money to come back and continue this. Like, don't give up on us. Yeah. That mindset already is the mindset of someone who the mindset changes. Like, say what you want. Everything on your mental base is important. Sure. If you lose in the World Cup and your mindset is like, you know what, this didn't work out, I gotta go. That's already, you have one foot out the door, dog. Yeah. But if you go, that was rough. Neymar did get hurt. Fuck no, we're gonna come back. We're gonna get this. Yeah. We're gonna get this. Guys are coming up. This Flamengo's about to start. This 17-year-old who's killing at the U18 World Cup. This is going on. I have some guys that might make something happen. We can do this. We have the crew. All these teams in the world have talent, but top to bottom, let's keep it real. Brazil's, even at the mid-levels, higher than everybody. Yeah, everybody in the world that's a successful team always has somehow a Brazilian there somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
So we can do this. We just got to figure out how to piece it together. Yeah. That wasn't the mindset clear when you're already out the door. So he's here, he's back, and then you call him William. Now you're playing safe, and that's my biggest issue. With the majority of these coaches that we all call geniuses and brilliant. There's a lot of safe ball going on and fake tactics. That's not that's whack. Like
he could be giving up already.
He is giving up
because William had a poor World Cup.
Let's keep it real,
and he didn't
just as poor as Neymar's was.
Maybe, but he also didn't have like an amazing season with Chelsea. Like, it's not like he's older, he's done for. But you know, he got to run like a lot of miles.
No, this is not even that. You got to say this. he already had his time.
Yeah, exactly.
He's played in multiple tournaments. He played through the qualifiers. He played the World Cup. This is Willie, I love you, dog. You're there if something goes down, for sure. But we have kids that shone in a goddamn quarterfinal Champions League.
What happened to Brazil stats?
Huh?
Guy.
I think he shut down.
Like all the way?
Yeah, he's gone.
Damn.
He was rumored. He's weird. He was saying some emo tweets in those days too. I'm like, it's because we found out you're Packy. So anyway, we're going on here.
Oh gosh.
So
Lord help us. Caesar, I gave Caesar a half a cup of coffee, and he off the chain right now.
It's because it's hot. It's the first hot day podcast in a while. We haven't had a 100-degree podcast in a minute.
This is true, but jeez, bro.
I'm sweating heavy.
Stop moving so much.
I'm trying to get my steps in. I just think that, there's a lot of talent there. It'd be great for him to utilize it. The Vinicius not call up made me really sad. Because
I hope that he did.
When I saw the CBF announce that who's coming up, and then I just saw like Vinicius chilling in Rio and Bajijuka, I was like, come on, dog. Why?
Really, really sucks a lot. Anyway, we'll see what happens with Neymar, and obviously the Copa America's coming up soon.
Neymar, you're dead to me.
Yeah, Caesar is done with
I
Neymar.
followed you everywhere. See you, dog.
And free Lula, big facts.
Please, Lula.
Okay,
free
Caesar.
him and incarcerate everybody who's involved in this.
Okay, Caesar, really quick. The Nations League final happened.
Watch that too.
You did watch it?
Yeah.
Portugal beat Netherlands.
That Dutch back line is insane.
Yeah. I didn't watch it because we already talked about how the Nations League is not real.
Yeah, but I'm in now.
I just want y'all to know that this is the fakest person ever here. This dude is so fake.
Can I say something about the Nations League final? Can I say something about the Nations League
Portugal won 1-0. Goal by Gonzalo Guedes, assisted by Bernardo Silva.
Lucky goal.
Assisted by Bernardo Silva.
MVP.
I was going to ask you if it was meaningless, but obviously now you're in it because of Portugal
It's
winning.
meaningless, but this is my devil's advocate to myself.
Okay.
Why does every single tournament only be legitimized if it's made in the past? You know what I mean? This is a new kind of thing. If you're the number one group stage hater, by the way, I'm gonna kill you. If you're the number one group stage hater, I'm the number one friendly hater. I think friendlies are the stupidest thing ever. I think friendlies are so dumb and pointless.
This dude's so fake.
No, I really do.
I'm gonna go back and play when we talked about Nations League and what you said about
I agree, but humans can develop, can change their mind. They can be sold on a dream.
When the guy they like wins.
Absolutely. Okay. But even if I'm gonna keep it real. I was watching that final and I was actually watching that. No, I don't care.
I don't care. Just talk. I'm gonna shake my head.
I think I would have been okay if that's one too. I wanted to see Depay. My mind was like, it'd be really cool to see Depay hold up a trophy. I don't think I've ever seen that in my life before. So, I just think that. Please, I'm glad they made something out of friendlies because Lord knows it was kind of murdering me to see friendlies. I just don't understand why it's only for UEFA. I don't understand why it's only Europe. Europe already had Euros. Like they already have. Why do they have another tournament? Like why isn't it a nation for the world?
Because it's fake and it's a money grab.
I want to see like a world version again. That'd be cool.
Well, it's not real. That's why. And you only think it's real because your boy won. So does this count as a trophy for you as a national trophy?
Yeah, I saw a trophy there. What was that? What was that thing called? That's more than Pochettino has and Messi for the national teams.
This dude is the fakest dude of all time, but he's standing 10 toes down, so I can respect that.
Yeah, I'm saying that I changed my mind. I'm allowed to change my mind.
Just say you're fake, actually.
No, I changed my mind. What I say is not gospel, okay? I changed it. Word is not bond. Word is not bond around here.
Let me just say this: if England won, he would.
Woohoo! I'd have cheered for it. Let's go.
Now he's just lying. Okay,
no, but if like Argentina won, I'm like, come on, dog, that was fake, though.
Exactly. Okay, Caesar. There's so much that's gone on that we haven't talked about.
I feel like 100,000 things happen. Imagine if we waited till Wednesday, probably 5 more things.
Right, seriously. Real Madrid has signed Eden Hazard and Luka Jovic.
Yeah,
Jovic.
Hazard, I'm very excited for. I mean, I am very excited about that.
We'll be turning 29 during the season.
In the top 5 players we talked about in the world, Hazard's that player that I always said will do stuff and be like, Jesus. He has that react. He does that. And if he's able to do that, it's good to see. I think it's a great sign for them. That's a guy I think it's great. He's 2-footed. He's a great passer. Good power on that shot. I think he'll fit in good.
Turning 29 during the season.
That's a number. That's great.
So we're
I never said that. I don't care about him being there for 15 years. Just give us 2 and then get the hell out.
If they don't win the league or the Champions League in these next 2 seasons,
it was a bad signing.
Okay, all right.
What
about in one season? What about this next season?
If they don't, no.
That's okay. So you'll give them another year.
Yeah, if Gareth Bale's still there, that's the real toxic here.
Well, if Gareth Bale's still there, they're not going to win anything.
I'm so down to him to get loaned out to like
Deportivo. Valladolid.
Yeah, Valladolid. Yeah, play with Ronaldo.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, really quick. Let's hurry up and wrap this up.
Jesus.
Chill out. I just want to say this because I saw that it was crazy and I didn't really see very many people talking about it. Wilfried Zaha, who you said be riding around in Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and Bentleys.
My favorite EPL player.
Beamers, Benz, and
Travis Scott.
Yeah.
He be living. I'm telling you, his IG makes you think that he is a billionaire, a rapper. I'm like, your life is so dope, dude.
Literally playing for Crystal Palace.
Playing for Crystal Palace, man.
He said that he is subjected to racist abuse in nearly every game he plays in. He said that he is called a monkey and an N-word regularly during games.
Where's Crystal Palace?
In London.
How many teams are in London?
A grit. He said nearly every game I'm called a monkey or N-word or whatever. Imagine if I really got down about that. He said, what do you say? He said that he has little desire to become an anti-racism campaigner. He said, yeah, if Zaha is going to make a speech about racism...
What?
No. Okay, he's kind of saying something sarcastically. But he said, I don't know if we're animals to them or whatever. Why is this okay? Why are you saying these things right next to your 5-year-old kid? And then when you leave, what are you, back to being a normal dad, working a normal job? People mask this
He's
stuff.
pissed. I'm down. I'm with that.
He said he's turned to a life coach to help him cope with abuse alongside the rigors of professional football.
Therapist.
He said, do you know how tiring it is being angry? It's a waste of time. There's so much more to be happy about.
He has Bentleys and Rarries living in Crystal Palace.
He said that for a couple weeks I've been speaking to a kind of life coach. With football, you get to a point where you start to think, do I still love it or am I doing it as a job?
Damn. That's a pretty open interview right there.
Yeah, it was short, but
that's pretty open. He opened up a lot right there.
Yeah, and it's a shame that this is a player that's playing in London, and he's saying, and I guess he's playing in other stadiums as well, but
playing in England, basic Premier League.
Yeah, exactly, and yeah, it's not like he's playing in Europe, but
ever.
He's saying that he's nearly every game they're talking about him like that.
And what's really crazy is that he dropped a picture of him like debuting for them like years ago.
For who?
For Crystal Palace, like way back. So you've been there for a minute and it's still happening at your own roof.
Yeah,
Lordy. I'm happy he turned to life coach. I mean, I don't know what the stigma is on like psychology therapists overseas. I know it's kind of weird in some places to say you have a therapist or whatever.
Yeah, especially Brazil.
I guess a life coach is a very PG version of that without the medical expenses. That's good. He has somebody encouragement, but it's a damn shame that's what it takes to be able to it shouldn't have to be like that. He shouldn't have to have a life coach to make him not have to react to the negativity that people bring about him, not based on his performance, but his skin color.
Yeah.
That's a damn shame. We've talked about this extensively.
A million times, yeah. I can understand, like, I would imagine it's extremely difficult to be a professional player, and it's a lot of pressure, and it's a lot of work, and it's not easy. So having a therapist or life coach, whatever you want to call it, to speak with about those things, then absolutely it makes sense. But it's a damn shame that he has to be subjected to racism every game. And it sucks, too, because
he's the only halfway decent player on that damn team.
And you're also, it's just, like, it's you. And you're like, okay, but damn, what about Yohan Cabaye, though? Like, y'all ain't got nothing to say about him? Like, can you imagine? It's like, damn, like,
I don't know. That team's kind of...
I mean, you're
I feel like they all kind of get it. That team is
no, but but they're not saying racist stuff about him. Probably, you know what I mean? Like you imagine, like, okay, you guys.
You're saying that they're only just attacking him because he's
like you're the black player. We're saying this stuff about you, and it's like your white teammate just like sitting there, so like, all right, damn, like I guess it's just me, yeah. And if they don't speak out, I saw somebody tweet about that recently, like, no, maybe it was a player.
I know there's been situations where that doesn't happen, but it's like always seems like the majority of the toys them sticking up for themselves. Rather than I would like to see the narrative being a unification, like a team coming together with multiple quotes, standing up against us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I saw maybe some other players said this recently, like some of the non-black players need to be stepping up. We had said that before too, but I do, to his credit, Leon Goretzka was stepping up on behalf of Leroy Sané and Gundogan after a game where a lot of the German fans were actually saying racist stuff to Sané and Gundogan, and Goretzka, spoke his mind about that.
There you go, my dog.
We talked about it on the podcast because we does this. Okay, really quick. Also, this was very tragic. Actually, Alvaro Morata's Madrid home was targeted by armed burglars on Friday, whenever this was. While he was away at the Faroe Islands playing that really important match there, but it sucked because his wife was at home with his kids.
No,
yeah.
He has twins too, I think.
Yeah, his wife was home with his twins.
Oh damn.
They said that the thieves took objects of commercial value and some sentimental things that they had, and yeah, his wife was there at the time. Investigations are.
That's literally like a nightmare.
Absolutely.
I can't ever imagine you where armed burglary happens. That's insane.
Yeah, while
especially your wife, like you feel so powerless.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jesus.
That really sucks, and you hear about that stuff a lot. I don't say a lot, but you hear about athletes getting robbed and stuff. I think like Insigne was like robbed at gunpoint in Napoli. I think him and his wife.
There's some players have been set up by like escorts and stuff like that too. That like robbed them and all that stuff.
I'll never forget your boy James Rodriguez that time when he was on the high speed chase with them cops, and he was like, I didn't see no police cars. He's like, I'm not pulling over. That's how they kidnap people in Colombia. In Colombia, he's like, that's how they kidnap people.
Say what you want. I'm like, you're from it.
Yeah,
you're from the. You have the look or whatever, but you know about the scrub right there. That's a bar.
He said like he drove until he got to the team facility, and that's when he stopped. He's like, I'm not letting them get me.
I'm like, you're a real one. You've been through it.
Absolutely.
If you haven't been through, you've seen it too much.
Yeah, he's like, nah, y'all ain't getting me, bro.
This ain't how it goes here, man.
Nah.
Yeah. Like it happens with basketball. It happens a lot of the sports often.
Yeah, but I'm sure it happens all the time in Brazil.
What, dude?
Anyway, I did want to talk about Mbappe. There was an article that came out about Mbappe. I'll say this. We'll leave it for next time, but because my battery's about to die.
That's the only reason why.
Yeah, I'll say this. In the article, the guy talked about Mbappe in this last match against Turkey, lost the ball a bunch of times and ball hogging, and he said that he hasn't really like seen him smile. Like he's like don't know what's going on with him. Like he hasn't smiled. He's like not like he seems unhappy, and he's like playing really like selfishly. And they were saying like, basically like don't think that we all just love Mbappe out here. Like they'll criticize him too. Now I don't know if it's this or just like a product of
how fast will you criticize him?
Yeah, I don't know, but like the things that I don't
feel bad for him because of his allegiances.
But the things that I was saying
coming to fruition.
Yeah, and I was like, this is the game where y'all are going to be lifting the trophy and then the PSG, and I'm like, this dude's being really weird. He's ball hogging like crazy. He hasn't he scored and he's like acting really weird. I don't know what's going on with the guy. They don't know either, but they're talking about it in the real media. It's like,
I think we have an idea what's going on with him.
I don't know, honestly. If he wants to leave PSG, I don't know.
Or he's just like, there's an unfortunate consequence before you go that someone really achieves a high level of fame and success at a young age. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I don't care if someone might be different. They seem good head and their shoulders. It's just different, dude.
Sometimes, yeah.
Social media is a monster. The world, all success is a monster. Fame is a monster, and it doesn't matter who you are. You're not angel. You're not angelic. You're not oblivious. You're not immortal. So you can get affected, and no matter what happens, is that he at one point was a kid. I don't know how much he got to be a kid. I don't know how much he got to be a teenager. I don't know how he got to live, especially at this level. being so good. I mean, we were watching at Monaco when he was 17. Yeah. Doing the thing.
Go ahead and make up another. Go ahead and make up another number that he had back then.
20. He used to be number 54 when he was at Monaco. He was at number 85, and it was we were like this Ocho Cinco dude might do it, and you never know what happens.
Stupid.
No, but basically I'm being stupid, but and no one's like oblivious to it. So I think that what's happening is, in my opinion, is that World Cup was a great win. Congratulations on your career, but there's a growth process everybody has. Unfortunately, he doesn't get to grow like the rest of us at young men or young age. His growth process is done in the public eye and through the field and sports. And if he's kind of feeling some type of way, not thinking he's the shit or he's unhappy, it's gonna resonate on the field. I think.
So I don't know. I have no idea what you just said.
I'm saying that like if people get to grow and mature or act differently,
he's gassed up. He's feeling himself.
I think that there's a lot of petrol in that tank right now.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
That's what I think that he's really.
Just say that.
All right, man. I'm not gonna
All right. Anyway, we made a podcast episode 110. Hey, sit your black ass down. Episode 110. We made a podcast. We made a podcast.com. We're everywhere. Good.
Shout out DG Boxing Long Beach. Go check it out if you want to put the hands on somebody.
And also make sure you check out Tiki Talk a podcast. Check out Caesar on the latest episode of Fistic Arts podcast with the homie Jeff Wall. What else? Oh, NBA Finals. Hopefully
NBA Finals. Hopefully that the Warriors lose, even though KD's back.
Hopefully the Raptors win tonight, and it's a 4-1 defeat of the Warriors.
Although it'd be really great for the Raptors to win in Sacramento and Oakland.
I think that the game... Oh, in Oakland. No, I want to see them celebrate at home. I want to see Drake run on the court and go crazy. No. I want to see that.
Drake kind of... That's a little much for me.
Nah, everybody's mad at Drake.
I'm just kidding. I'm not mad.
I want to see Drake turn up. I want to see Drake still on somebody in the Warriors.
It was really funny for him to see him like going hard on Draymond.
I want to see him fight Draymond and win. I think he'll win.
Yeah, I think he will because no one fights for real.
Yeah, I think Drake will beat up Draymond Green.
I don't think Draymond's a great fighter. I'm down.
I think Drake might catch him a couple times.
He just takes one jab.
Catch him one time, and then everybody gonna break it up, and they're gonna be like, "Damn, you got beat up by Drake."
Yeah, I'm just mad Drake got that tattoo. That was weird.
He's weird with the tattoos. We do have a Sade tattoo. I can respect that.
He does.
Anyway, we made a podcast. What was the
last one? Sade or Aaliyah?
Oh, maybe it's Aaliyah, but I think it's Sade too. No, all right, whatever.
He's not that dope.
He might have both on.
He has random symbols and hieroglyphics on his body.
Illuminati. Anyway, we made a podcast. Holler.